are to Meg's Magical Mansion, a virtual guest house for spiritual wayfarers, a place where the ordinary becomes magical, where wisdom is yours for the asking, and where your higher nature is just a wish away. Thank you for joining us here today at Meg's Magical Mansion. I'm Meg, and this is my trusty butler, Scallion. And here in my lap is my fluffy assistant, Miss Alice Poopers. We're so glad you joined us here today at Meg's Magical Mansion because we have a very interesting topic. Do you know what we're talking about today, Scallion?
No.
Well, you're in luck because today we're talking about the wish fulfilled. And we'll be talking about Neville Goddard and explain to you a little bit more about who he was. He kind of came up with the idea of the wish fulfilled, but we'll be talking about how you can live your life in the wish fulfilled.
I'm ready.
All right, stick around. We're going to have some fun. Well, as usual, your dress is flying up. Play dress down, girl. That was exciting. I guess that means it's time for words of wisdom. And today we have a quote from Neville Goddard. He's going to talk a little bit more about the wish fulfilled. So sit back, relax, and let's hear the words of Neville Goddard.
You must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled until your assumption has all the sensory vividness of reality. You must imagine that you are already experiencing what you desire. That is, you must assume the feeling of the fulfillment of your desire until you are possessed by it. And this feeling crowds all other ideas out of your consciousness.
Miss Alice Poopers, did you enjoy that quote from Neville Goddard? Well, today we are talking about Neville Goddard, and we're going to learn a little bit more about who he was, and we're going to learn a whole bunch more about what the wish fulfilled is and how you can live your life from the wish fulfilled.
Who was Neville Goddard? Neville Goddard was born in Barbados in 1905. He was a very influential teacher, speaker, and author. He felt he was sent to illustrate the teachings of psychological truth intended in biblical teachings and to restore our awareness of the meaning of what the ancients intended to tell the world. In 1922, at the age of 17, Neville Goddard came to the United States, where he was a dancer and performer on Broadway and in vaudeville, and traveled all over the world for many years doing this until his interest in the metaphysical became such that he gave up performing to pursue his spiritual endeavors full time. He studied Hebrew, the Kabbalah, and the hidden symbolic meaning of the scripture under Abdullah, an Ethiopian Jew who lectured on esoteric Christianity. Neville Goddard wrote many books. He traveled extensively, giving lectures. He gave series of talks on television and radio. Neville Goddard died at age 67 in 1972 in Los Angeles, California. His work has been preserved on the internet, and you can hear many of his lectures, and I will link the website below in the description. Neville Goddard believed that God is imagination. He believes that God lives in us, in all of us. God doesn't just pick out one or two special people to live inside of. God is us and we are God. And because of that, we are co-creators and all things are possible. Neville Goddard speaks of the law of assumption. Assume you already have it. Assume you have already achieved it. Assume you are already there. Dare to assume, and it is yours. Use your imagination. He truly believed that God is imagination. And by using your imagination, you can co-create with God anything you want. Please remember, you can use the law of assumption for good or ill, and Neville Goddard always encouraged people to use it for the goodness, for the kindness, for the benefit of all mankind, for yourself and all others, and to make sure you use it in helpful and beneficial ways. And I want to say I agree with that because I firmly believe in karma. So I believe if you use the law of assumption for ill or for bad purposes, you will have karmic effects because of that. So the first thing to do when you want to live in the wish fulfilled is to have a wish that you would like to fulfill. And you must think carefully about this wish. They do say, be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. Well, when you're manifesting with the law of assumption, that's very, very wise to follow that advice. So think about your wish. Is it a wish for a relationship? Is it a wish for your job, financial security? But once you have identified your wish, you need to begin to think about what would that wish fulfilled feel like? What would it be like if it were actually there? Put yourself there in your imagination, and the more vividly you can do this, the more powerfully it will work. It's very important that you approach this from a place of gratitude. We have spoken about this before on the channel, and I feel that having that feeling of gratitude, being thankful, is absolutely critical to being able to manifest. It keeps you from going to a place of lack. So you want to always stay in a place of gratitude. You want to operate with a lot of I am statements and I have statements. I am successful in the job I've always wanted. I have a beautiful family and all my loved ones around me. Whatever it is you're trying to manifest, try stating it with the words I am and the words I have. And another one of the mantras that Neville Goddard made famous is the mantra, isn't it wonderful? Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that mantra is very powerful and really helps you manifest. The universe will give you more and more of where you operate from. So when you operate from a place of gratitude, the universe will listen and respond and give you the things you most desire. Neville Goddard said once the wish fulfilled has been received by the universe, you'll find bridging events will start to develop. Other people who don't believe this is the universe manifesting will point out and say, well, that only happened because this guy stepped up, or that person did this, or the one over there gave you that. Well, if you had not been putting the intention to the universe, those people would have never stepped up for you. These bridging events will start to occur, and you will know your manifestation is coming because you will start to see bridging events happening in your life. Neville Goddard often spoke about what he called the promise as well. The promise to him was the idea that we would kind of be reincarnated over and over until we figured out our soul purpose, at which point we would finally be released. He did not really believe in hell or damnation at all. He believed we are God, God is us, why would God punish himself? So he didn't really believe in hell or damnation. He did believe in a certain kind of reincarnation, and he believed in this promise, and that we needed to be finding what our soul purpose was and fulfilling that in order to fulfill our promise to the universe, our promise to God, to be able to move out of this particular lifetime and move on to the next higher form. So if you are ready to manifest everything you want in life, if you are ready to live in the wish fulfilled, start getting your imagination in gear, because that is the key to finding everything you want right at your fingertips. When you meditate, put yourself right in your wish fulfilled, in every sense of the way you can think of. How does it feel? What does it look like? What does it taste like? Is it beautiful? Is it wonderful? What sensations do you have there? What is going on? How is it like when you are living your wish fulfilled? Every detail. The more details you can provide with your imagination, the easier it is for the universe. So meditate and think about your wish fulfilled. Be there. Use a lot of I am and I have statements, and try to really taste, feel, touch, experience it in every way possible during your meditation. Assume this is your reality, the same way you assume the sun will rise every day. Assume this is how you live. Assume this is who you live with. This is what you have. Your wish fulfilled is real because you assume it is. And then look for the bridging events to start appearing in your life. Expect them and watch as you manifest your wish fulfilled.
Well, that was a little bit more about the wish fulfilled. I hope everyone is ready to try out some of the ideas that you heard from Neville Goddard. He was quite an interesting man. Certainly helped you with your manifesting and should help you bring everything you want in your life to fruition. So I recommend that you try it with something small. Start out with something very, very small. And think about maybe like $1 bills and ask the universe to start sending you $1 bills just randomly here and there. Prove it to yourself that this works by starting with something little like that. Try a $1 bill and just say, I want lots of $1 to come my way, and on my wish fulfilled, there's just always dollar bills flowing to me. And watch what happens and see if $1 bills don't start showing up for you. The universe will prove it to you because it works. One of my wishes fulfilled is that we all remember the words of Buddha. 1,000 candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. So thank you for sharing your time and energy with us here today at the Magical Mansion. Hey, if you had a good time, why not give us a like? You could subscribe. Ring the bell so we can let you know when we post new episodes. And we'll see you back here next week at Meg's Magical Mansion.